The entire crypto market just pulled back, and believe it or not, that's actually great news. I know that might sound strange, but this is exactly the type of move we at Crypto Labs News have been waiting for. Bitcoin needed this reset before any major continuation to the upside. And as always, when Bitcoin or Ethereum make a move, the rest of the crypto market reacts, especially right now with dominance levels this high. Zooming out on the daily charts, what we're really seeing is a golden opportunity. There are discounts across solid, long-term projects. Some altcoins are dropping harder than others. That's natural. On big run-ups or sell-offs, there are always outliers. But across the board, this is not a crash. This is a technical pullback and a necessary one. Let's take a quick look at some major names. XRP is down just under 4%. HBAR also around 4%. YLGO dropped more than 5%. Chainlink is down about 6%. XLM fell roughly 5%. So, on average, we're looking at a 5% drop across key altcoins. Again, nothing wild. This isn't panic territory. It's a healthy correction. And when we look at the weekly chart, things are still looking strong. XRP is down just 1.7% on the week. Bitcoin is holding near 116K. Ethereum around 3,700. XRP at about $3.02. SUI, XLM, and HBAR are all still near critical support levels. SUI at around 60 cents, XLM about 40 cents, HBAR near 25.5 cents. Even on the weekly, this is nothing to worry about. SUI is still green on the week. HBAR is up 8.3%, XRP down 1.8%, XLM down 3.9%. The pullback is real, but minor. Now, will this drop deepen a bit more? Yes, and that's all part of the game plan we've been talking about here at Crypto Labs News for weeks. We've been waiting for Bitcoin to retest the 112K zone. Those May highs. That's where we expect a floor to form before the next major breakout. Once we establish that support, we'll likely rally back to 120K, even pushing toward 130K and beyond. So how long will this consolidation take? Like I said in previous updates, the first half of August is likely to be boring, maybe slightly bearish. But the second half? That's where I see the market beginning its next leg upward. That also aligns with the September FOMC meeting, a huge macro catalyst. Now back to Bitcoin's chart. We saw a recent dip to 114.3K with a small bounce. That's typical in a sell-off. You get a dip, bounce, more dip, and finally the floor. Just like we saw in May, it took 48 days of sideways chop before the breakout. This current structure is only 18 days in. I still believe we'll bottom around mid-August, about 30 to 35 days into the move. But here's the critical line in the sand, 112K. That level must hold. If we lose it, we could see a sharper move down. If it holds, we form our floor and move upward. Simple. That's why I've been stressing the importance of stablecoins. You want to be ready to buy the dip. Volatility isn't the enemy, it's the opportunity. This move was coming. Bitcoin was chopping sideways for too long. This reset is a gift. Now let's check the broader crypto space. Total market cap is $3.79 trillion. The Fear and Greed Index has dropped to 57, exactly what we want. It's cooling off. In July, everyone got overly bullish. People were screaming alt season, even though, here on Crypto Labs News, we kept saying this was just phase 2. We need this reset. Ideally, we'd like the index to dip to 50 or even 40. That's where real accumulation happens. Think back to March 2024, markets overheated, reset, and it took 6 months to truly bottom. We don't need a full reset like that, but we need fear. That's bullish long-term. Let's talk about the federal. At the last FOMC meeting, they held back again. CNBC reported declining odds of a September rate cut, now down to 41.3% on CME. But I'm still expecting that cut. The Fed loves waiting until the last minute. But as we get closer to September 17th, those odds will likely surge. And that's when liquidity will pour back into the markets. Let's break down Ethereum. Still up 53% monthly. XRP, up 38%. Sure, it's hovering around $3, but that's no issue. Zooming out, we're still in a bullish structure. SUI, looking fine on monthly and yearly charts. Just made a higher high. XLM, down 4.5% this week, but still up over 75% monthly. HBAR, up 75% on the month. Across the board, these are not breakdowns. These are standard corrections. Now let's talk macro again. We've been hearing about tariffs, trade tensions, and market risk. Scott Dussault said not to panic over August 1's tariff rate surges. And today, Trump raised tariffs on Canada from 25% to 35%, also hitting Taiwan, New Zealand, Switzerland, South Korea, Israel, Sri Lanka, and others. People are worried this could lead to panic, like what we saw earlier this year. I'm not buying that. Yes, it could pressure stocks a bit, but I don't see this causing a market meltdown. Even the pre-market reaction is minimal. Dow futures plus 0.07%, S&P plus 0.09%, Nasdaq plus 0.13%. Not a panic signal. Let's run through a few more assets. Bitcoin above 112K equals bullish. Ethereum still holding above 3,620, solid. If we drop below, we could target 3,300, but again, another buying opportunity. XRP, holding key support from February/March. If we break down, next level is $2.62, a 40-cent drop, not catastrophic, and again, a strong buy zone. XLM, sitting right in the demand zone, retesting March highs. This is textbook. HBAR, selling, off from resistance, but still holding 24 cents. The key level. SUI, might tag the trend line around 44 cents before launching back toward 55 cents. So to wrap it all up, there's nothing scary here. This is all normal. This is healthy. Don't get caught up in the noise about the Fed, tariffs, or trade deals. We just need to push through August. Because once we get that rate cut in September, and I believe we will, it'll unleash fresh liquidity and drive this market higher into Q4. So here's the bottom line. White heavy checkmark. Don't panic. White heavy checkmark. Keep dry powder ready. White heavy checkmark. Be patient. White heavy checkmark. Watch 112K on Bitcoin closely. White heavy checkmark. Watch tomorrow's stock market open. If you're enjoying these breakdowns, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Follow us on Twitter and join the free Discord. All links are down in the description. This has been Crypto Labs News, your source for deep crypto insight. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace out.